You know, and it's not the fault of some corporations or Donald Trump. It's like Walmart kills all small town economies. But it's not Walmart's fault. It's the fault of the people. I used to have a house in upstate New York, and there was a town that had all these beautiful old diners and general stores, and they all closed one by one because of Walmart. But it wasn't Walmart's fault. It was the people that lived in that town that don't give a shit about their neighbors.
But is it giving a shit?
It's the American basic consumer who's like, well, okay, I could spend 13 cents less on a mop.
Yeah.
So my neighbor. My neighbor who's had that store in his family for, who's taken care. There's like a million George Bailey moments in that town's history where the whole, I'll give a check to your, baseball teams with names, John's General Store.
Right.
Yeah. Like the whole community coming together to do stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I want to buy a Jim Carrey movie 3-pack for $7. So the old movie theater with a Wurlitzer organ.
But think of Blockbuster Video. Now that caused a big thing because it pretty much closed down all the little mom and pop video stores,
which was a great family business.
Which was a family business and shit like that. I remember those things and having to go in and you'd have to buy a membership fee when you first get in. When it was like $100, and
that was just to try to keep the stores.
Yeah, to keep the store open. But then Blockbuster came around. Now what do you want to do? Go into the mom and pop and wait a week for the latest release?
Yeah, why don't you? Why don't you fucking wait a little bit?
I want it now.
So fuck the family that opened that store.
Yeah.
And by the way, them that they used to think about what movies you might like. That you might walk in and they go, Anthony, you like comedies.
Anthony, we got a whole section for you.
Do you even know
Remember
who
that conversation
Francois Tati is? And they'd show you something that we went and found this. Blockbuster would never do that for you. Them.
I agree with both of you, but
so that you can
the local,
save a little bit of money.
The local place that Ann's talking about, you had to wait for some to bring back the nice new movie.
It's out. You'd be like, it's out. It's like, what?
When is it coming back? I want to watch that fucking thing.
Again,
and then Blockbuster said, fuck
ability.
That. The Blockbuster said, look, we could just put 100 copies on the shelf.
So you're thinking the whole loyalty thing should outweigh the convenience?
Absolutely, because you're supporting somebody who is, there's a human being and a family who's living off that business, and they give a shit about you.
But
by the way, where's Blockbuster? It's fucking
gone.
So they leave a vacuum.
You
can't rent a
delivery
fucking
now.
video anymore.
Yeah, but why would you? Digital delivery.
If there was video stores, you know why? It's like bookstores. A bookstore is not just a place where you can buy books. It's a place where somebody expresses themselves by deciding what books to put out there and what books they want to offer their community.
Right.
And that gets replaced by Barnes & Nobles, which means you get the same books that every place in the world gets. I mean, not just America.
Right.
Every bookstore has exactly the same books now. I mean, that's people don't realize what a massive... It used to be, you go to that bookstore, you're going to get some weird off-color books of this kind, or you're going to get maybe a right-wing bookstore, a left-wing bookstore. That used to be how people... And then so Barnes & Nobles comes, and the difference is a family business will hang on through the tough years if they have half a chance.
Yeah.
But a corporate business will go, we're not making it $10 trillion, just pull up stakes. And they're gone. So now there's no more bookstores.
That's amazing.
Or video stores. Yeah.
No bookstores, no video stores.
Right. The big Barnes Noble on the Upper West.
But
because those are predatory businesses.
Given your thinking, though, wouldn't we never progress? Like,
who's progressing? That's
I mean with everything. Like, wouldn't we not look at the automotive business, which is horrible now, of course, because of the outsourcing and everything. But early on, there were guys working those lines. What about the technology to come in and use robots that did eliminate jobs, but it makes the car better and faster and
that's exactly the thing. These things like bookstores and video stores, they weren't improved. They were destroyed. And a book is not a car. It's not a product that needs to be perfected like a technology. It's about having a way of life.
But now you just download it on Kindle.
Yeah. No, exactly, but it's rubbed out getting out of your house and going to a bookstore and meeting the bookstore guy and other people. You used to get laid by going to bookstores. A way that people used to get laid is by going to a bookstore and standing in a section that makes you look smart. And then a chick comes around.
Yeah.
Oh, do you also like
really?
this book?
Oh, sure. I'm perusing this.
Yeah, you can't do that
there?
anymore. When I grew up in Boston, and there was a place in Harvard Square called the Coffee Connection. And this was a place that was obsessed with coffee. And they had coffees from all around the world. And they'd have stuff like you'd get like a cappuccino and they'd shave chocolate onto it. Not like a canister of chocolate powder.
It took time. I mean,
they had a cheese grater and a block of chocolate, and they'd shred chocolate onto the thing for you. That's like how good it was.
You sound like my grandfather.
No,
grandfather talking to me. You don't even understand
you
the
have
old
no
days.
idea.
I know the point he's about to make.
You'd go to the Coffee Connection and you'd sit there like trembling, and they'd bring you this thing that would just change your life. Or they go, "Hey, you want to try Turkish? We have a new Turkish coffee today. It's a weird thing.
Sounds good.
Never tried it." So then Starbucks opens down the street, but this Coffee Connection hangs on. So Starbucks opens another one, like on the other side of them. Starbucks isn't doing so great that they can open another one. They're just trying to kill.
Oh, shit.
So they open like 5 within a block of the place until Coffee Connection goes, "This is getting hard." And they sell themselves. They go, "Let's just be at Starbucks."
Yeah.
So then Starbucks buys them and then closes the other ones. And then you're just left with just one choice. You get Starbucks.
And the quality of Starbucks is horrible.
It's
now.
okay. And the instant
was all
Starbucks
right
isn't
when they
making
first-
a profit, they'll give up, and then there won't be a place to even get coffee.
Right, then we go
Harvard.
back to having no coffee again.
No coffee.
He's right.
So
I remember the lumber stores. I remember we did a lot of renovation on our old house because we had 7 kids, small house, and we were constantly adding rooms and this and that.
Mom and pop lumber shops.
Mom and pop.
Yeah,
I would get in the car with my dad. I remember like it was yesterday. We'd go to the local lumber guy. He knew my dad's first name. We got this for you. We made your pile. It's
Putting
all
a dormer
set.
on the house, are you? Yep. Well, you're going to need some of that. No, I'll come over here. I'll help you out.
But
you need that for the joists.
But it was a social thing too, man. How are the kids and
Lumber
how are
stores
your
were
kids?
very social.
Right,
Yeah.
and then the Home Depot. It's a massive warehouse, and no one wants to help
Inhumane.
you.
You're
And
just mad
there's
right when you
sad
walk in.
people working there.
Right.
Yeah. The buying of the lumber is not a happy exchange. It used to be that you could say to yourself, you know what, if I invest in a good saw and I get some trucks, I could go out and get some poplar and cut it well, and people will come here and build houses with it.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, you got some nice poplar, not as good as Joe Wilson's. Yeah, well, mine is down 3 cents.
Right.
Well, I'll buy yours then. This was, and by the way,
Pa
we
Ingalls.
don't improve through this.
No.
We actually don't. It's like, it's what happens is the second place product always wins by being more vicious.
to
Yeah,
take
like
over
Microsoft versus Apple.
Right.
Microsoft is shit software. It's hard compared to Apple.
I know, believe me.
It's horrible, but Bill Gates is a capitalist, and he was vicious, and he fought Apple, and so for some years anyway.
Yeah.
America lived on computer technology because of his
There was a point
ambition.
where we all thought Apple was gone.
Yeah, it's
It was
VHS
dead.
versus Beta. Beta
Yep.
is still used today.
Yeah.
Beta videotape is still what most TV shows are shot on.
Yeah.
And we all watched VHS tapes because the VHS people said, we make the second best, so we're going to be cutthroat and up and pay off people and go to litigation and like sue Beta. And Beta's like, we're making the best kind. We can't even get people to buy it.
Yeah.
And so everyone gets VHS.
Unbelievable.
It's Tesla and Edison. It's
Edison
always
and Tesla, yeah.
one guy's a genius and is selling a beautiful thing. The second place guy copies it, doesn't do it as well,
And then
takes him to
fucks the
court
guy.
in every state in America and muscles him and fights him and
Ruins
outdraws
his
him.
credibility.
Gets some Texan to pay for it, and then we all have to buy the shitty product.
You're brilliant.
It's true.
So
It's the
that-
same with cars.
You're-
They would be better if what you're saying was actually true.
If it was like the guys still on the assembly line.
yeah.
Or-
Your coffee story is deeply depressing.
It is what happens everywhere.
I was thinking as you were talking about that, like the Starbucks popping up are like weeds,
Yes.
taking out the really nice crop.
Yeah,
nice
that's
flowers.
what they do.
They're
And
just,
they're only
they're just
interested
putting
in
weeds all over the place
That's right.
to destroy it. Well, I brought up the whole iPhone thing to lead to a clip from 1967.
1967?
Wow. They're talking about the future.
The future?
The future.
What was going to happen in the future?
1967 film called 1999 AD.
Wow, that was the future.
Which is now, 8 years ago?
Yep.
Wow.
Which predicts online shopping, banking, and email.
No way.
1967, talking about the future.
Fingertip shopping will be one of the many homemakers' conveniences. This video console will be channeled into the store of her choice. There, a camera will scan a display of wares, which she will select by push button.
She won't have to deal with Negroes.
That's true, though.
That's
I mean what you said.
Another part of this console is a household monitor screen, which maintains a watch on critical areas in the house, swimming pool, or yard.
I like that.
That's what everybody had, a swimming
What the wife selects on her console will be paid for by the husband at his counterpart console. All bills and transactions will be carried out.
Can't trust her.
No.
She'll buy her feminine products, things to make black eyes go away.
Wow, man. The husband will pay for her stuff.
Will pay. Yeah, don't let her go crazy. See what happened? They even knew back then.
So part of the integrated system was that
1967.
there's a whole separate console for the husband.
For the husband
to watch
so
over
that's
the
like
wife's
the pilot
purchases.
seat.
Oh my god!
And she's just in the co-pilot seat.
I want to hear the last part
You
again.
don't want her to, have say over what she can buy.
Hold on.
Areas in the house, swimming pool, or yard. What the wife selects on her console will be paid for by the husband at his counterpart console.
Oh my god!
All bills and transactions will be carried out electronically.
Electronically. That's funny. She could pick out her shit, and then the husband goes, no. All right, I'll let you have this. You.
Her console is like the little fake steering wheel that the kid pretends to drive the car. Not even hooked up.
With a little fake rubber horn in the middle.
Give her a choice. You could either get breath mints or tampons.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Isn't that amazing? There's a little more.
1967.
The
67.
future. 1967.
Sounds like it's from the 50s.
Yes.
Well, this is like the 50s or the
This is the 40s.
40s, sure.
What the hell is this?
Apparently, music is not going to change at all.
Yes, it'll stay exactly the same.
Benny Goodman will still be a hit in the future.
Benny Goodman with his hit Umbrella, Ella.
This will be fantastic in the future. You can be at the office and look in on your wife at home, and we'll have a boxing glove on an accordion. And if you want to punch her in the face for not working, just press a button at work. Down she goes. See her stagger to her feet. Now she's learned a lesson.
Rich from Manhattan, is this part of the Carousel of Time in Disney? Please update that effing ride.
Yeah.
What's the Carousel of Time? I don't remember.
That's at Disneyland. Spaceship Earth is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Communication. It started with papyrus. And they show all this stuff, and they're like present day one
And now
is
today,
20 years old. Yeah.
A typewriter.
Exactly. They show all this fiber optic stuff and these bloop, 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 spacey noises.
Everything will be buttons of different colors that flash and they're not even labeled.
It's wonderful. Yes. Flashing lights, fiber optic, and tapes that go back and forth for no apparent reason. Why is it still the 40s? You could at least put on some Jimi Hendrix. It was the 60s.
This is the go-to music, though.
Yes, right you are for this voice.
What?
And look around the neighborhood. You won't see any of them.
They're staying in the past.
Yes.
We're going to leave them here.
The future will be wonderful. Look around your neighborhood. Yes, your daughter Betsy can walk around in safety.
You had the iPhone. They had the rotary phone. Isn't the future great?
The future.
We have more audio from 1967.
A central bank computer will debit the family's account the amount of purchases and credit the department store.
They were talking about online banking in 1967?
Pretty much it.
Wow.
They just thought it was video. That's all. They thought it was like video cameras pointing at.
Yeah, you'd have to actually look at something live.
They thought it was
live
all video surveillance being integrated.
They couldn't figure out that you could do it a lot easier with just pictures.
Just capture a digital picture.
Yeah, GIFs. They didn't know.
Who's going to be working
what
all
is that?
Who's going to be working
GIF
all these
is a great
cameras?
peanut butter.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Make a picture of it. You're talking silly.
What happened? Won't be. That's true.
Come on, I wanted to hear the rest of that.
Purchases and credit the department store, for example.
For example.
Informing the family's home computer at the same time. Father, at the touch of a button, receives an instantaneous printed copy of his budget, the amount of taxes he owes, the payments left on the car, and so forth.
And what that pesky cunt spent on clothes.
I love the fact that just Dumbbell does some shopping while the man figures out the finance.
The guy's got to figure everything out while stupid's just pressing buttons because the pretty dresses were pretty colors.
Exactly.
My wife has an old magazine, a really old magazine, and there's an ad for some kind of silk sheets, like some designer sheets.
Yeah.
And the ad is a cartoon of a woman sitting in bed, a really fancily, and the point of the ad is, how are you going to explain to your husband that you bought that so he won't be mad? And they show a guy walking in the bedroom with a briefcase, and he looks really mad.
Pissed.
And she has this sheepish smile, and they give her bullet points. Here's
How
the
about
things
a blowjob?
Here's the things to say to him so he won't beat you, basically. Like, these are cheaper than other brands. These will last a long time.
If you could get it out of your mouth before he cracks you in it.
Exactly. That's what it looks like.
Darker-skinned men will slide off it as opposed to being able to violate me.
And you know his breath just smells like fucking whiskey and martinis.
Right.
A cigarette.
He's all drunk.
15 drinks on the Metro line train.
A little observation. We're trying to find that, and so far we got how to turn a person in bed.
Be doing that.
All right.
Car, and so forth. All documents and household records are available on the video screen for immediate reference. Also at his disposal is an electronic correspondence machine, or home post office, which allows for instant written communication between individuals anywhere in the world.
That'll never happen.
Wow.
To maintain these and hundreds of complex electronic circuits, a monitor checks all circuits every few seconds, inserts a backup circuit if and when trouble develops, and alerts the communal service agency for replacement.
The music gets scary there.
Yeah, the server was like up.
My mother's a computer programmer, and they installed a new machine called a Sun machine, like this really huge machine that they had to put their software on. So they put it in their office and plugged it in, and then 2 days later, there's a guy from UPS saying he had a part for the machine, and nobody ordered it. And it turns out the machine ran a self-diagnosis. Oh, my God. Found a faulty part, got into their system, and ordered it through UPS.
Cyberdyne.
It summoned a piece to itself, paid for it out of their accounts.
It's becoming aware. It's becoming aware.
Fucking crazy.
Wow. That's
they unplugged it, and they're like, we're not...
machines order.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's too up.
Fucking whatever. There's like Everybody Loves Raymond box set.
Yeah, it starts with they're like, no, I needed it.
Pizzas, coming to the door.
That's pretty cool.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We got Steven Lynch in the studio. Go to his MySpace page because he's got tour dates all over the country. Same with Louis C.K.
Orlando this Friday. Hard Rock.
Do you know what I wanted to say that the computer ordered, but I just didn't have the guts?
What?
A freshener for your mother's chair because her cunt stinks.
But you didn't have the guts.
For my mother's chair?
Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
But he didn't have the guts,
It's the
though.
first thing it ordered.
All right.
It's the first thing it ordered.
Too bad
I don't have a sense of smell, but that woman's cunt is disgusting.
Too bad
that does not compute.
Too bad you weren't brave enough to say it, though.
No, I would never disrespect Wilson.
Yeah, no.
Next day delivery. I can't take another day of this.
God damn, Jim. I just see him giggling over there, and I wonder what he's got in his head, and it's that.
Couldn't fire it out fast enough.
Yeah, my dog died recently. I had to tell the kids that the dog is dead. That's a tough thing, telling your kids that the dog died. You got to tell them at some point. You can't just keep going. Where? No, where you go? Well, there he goes. I don't know. He's that little scamp. You go get him. Told my kids the dog died, and we dealt with it. And I was proud of them how they expressed their feelings about it. They cried. I was proud of them how they dealt with their feelings and what they said about it and how they processed it. And I realized this was a positive thing. That's how you start thinking as a parent. A lot of things you don't think of would be positive really are because a dog dying is an opportunity to deal with death with your kids. It's like a dry run for grandma. It is. It is. Dog dies, you talk about it, you deal with it. Later on you go, so you know all that stuff we talked about the dog? Yeah, so grandma now. Mm-hmm. All the same stuff. That's right. All right, go brush your teeth. I had a dog when I was a kid, and he hated me. And it really hurt. It's a true story. My dog hated me. And I wanted a dog so bad. I was like 10 years old. I used to beg my mother for a dog. And she just would say, like, you had one when you were a baby and it died. It's fine. But finally she said, you can have a dog if you keep your room clean for a month. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm getting a dog. I told all my friends, I'm going to get a dog. All I have to do is keep my room clean for a month. I lasted about a week and it just went to shit. I couldn't do it. And I tried like 3-4 days. I couldn't do it. And I got so depressed. I was like, I'm 10 and I already know my life is gonna be because I can't do anything. And finally my mom was like, well, get the dog. You're bumming everybody out. So she got us a dog. And the dog looked at me and he hated me on sight. And I worked hard to take care of this dog. I was kind to him and he still hated me, which hurt. That's why it hurt. Because he must have just hated like who I am inside. You could tell how he felt because he was very expressive. He was a terrier, you know, so he had eyebrows. Like, I'd walk in the room and he'd go like, oh, fuck, I can't. And he would just leave. I would take him for a walk and I had to use a leash, and I didn't want to use a leash. I want to be one of those cool guys with a dog that just comes along. You know, those guys always got like a suede jacket with patches in it. And like scratchy hair, and he's like, hey, and gets in his old pickup, and he's like, come on, dog. He goes like, you know those guys that can whistle, that cool whistle? Whatever. Woo! And the dog jumps in the back, and they both get laid somewhere because they're both so cool. That's what I wanted. But my dog would go for a walk, and the leash was like taut, like this. It wasn't even like, yeah, we're friends. It was like, I'm far from this kid. Can I get my face? He would be choking himself the whole thing. And if I ever like slipped and dropped the leash, he was like, I'm not your dog. He would just run. He would run like a slave. He would just take off. That's how he ran. It's an apt description. That's how he ran. He didn't run like a deer. This is how deer ran. He ran like this. He ran away so many times, and then we got a call from the pound. Hi, we have your dog. And you could hear my dog in the background like, don't. Seriously? I told you I don't want to. But now my kids, I take them everywhere. I'm responsible for every second of their lives. I'm with them all the time, watching them do their thing. I take them to soccer. Yeah, you're playing soccer. You're playing soccer right now. I know you're playing. Are you done? Okay, let's go over here. Was that fulfilling? Was it strengthening and confidence? Like, you have to do everything with them. And I have 2 kids, a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and when it's just the 3 of us, it can be challenging because they're very disparate skill levels. The 8-year-old is blossoming. She can do all kinds of stuff. The 5-year-old is not good at anything. I mean, she's 5. She's appropriate at everything for a 5-year-old. But what that means is that when we go out together, we have to choose that she can do. We're all brought down to her level. We're like 3 5-year-olds of different sizes, just doing boring 5-year-old shit. It's limiting. Hey, let's go for a bike ride. I'm never very confident in my bicycle. Oh, fine. Let's just sit here and look at each other then. Is that? Jesus. We went swimming once, the 3 of us, and it was torture because the 8-year-old is amazing. She's swimming and she's in the deep end. And she's swimming alone. She's lonely. She's, Daddy, please swim with me. I'm like, I can't because this one won't. We're in the shallow end and she won't let go. She's like, I'm going to drown. Just, it's to your tits. Just please stand there. It's nothing. It's too deep. What, really? What? Like, I would just go, haha, you're dying now. That's funny to me. Like, really? If I wanted to kill you, I'd wait till you're sleeping and do this for 4 minutes. That's all it would take. You should thank me every morning you wake up alive. That's how easy it is to kill you. So why would I take you to a swimming pool in the afternoon to murder you? It's just hard because that one kid, she's nothing. Please, I wish I could. I wish I could say, you know what? Can you get out of the pool so I can go be with my friend who I have in common with? Do you have to ruin every day of our lives? No, that kid was a bad idea. I'm serious. And I love her. I love her. But I wish she was never born. That's just, this is... Any honest parent will tell you that they live with that ambivalence. And it's torture. You look at your beautiful child's face and you have 2 feelings at the exact same time. I love my daughter in a profound way. I cry at the drop of a hat when I think about her. This kid has made me love her so much that it's made me more able to love other people. I can love people that are dead that I didn't love properly. Her love for me makes my love transcend time and travel through space. This kid is amazing. You cut a tomato on a plate and she smiles like you just adopted her from Zimbabwe or something. She's an amazing creature of pure beauty and love, and I regret every single thing that led to her birth. That's how you feel. Because it's hard. If you're really putting the time in as a parent, there's no parent that's really raising their kids who hasn't given the finger to the back of their head at least 3 times by the time they're young. That means you're really doing the work. If you haven't done that, you have nannies and shit. You're not a dad or a mom. Good night, sweetie. Okay. Light of my life, light of my life, light of my life, light of my life. I think that, I think one of the advantages to having kids is that they just cheer you on. Like, I have eaten my whole life, and my kids just think it's hilarious. They don't care. They're like, Daddy ate 40 cookies! They just think it's the funniest thing.
The only question I want to answer, because everybody asks it, is about the middle finger during the opening credits. I know somebody here wants to ask it, so I'm going to answer it. During the opening credits of the show, some guy flips off the camera. It was a young NYU-looking kid, spiky hair, and just real contrary, and he was walking with some real, fuck everything type. I mean, I was eating the pizza and I saw them, and I already thought, Jesus. And they walked by and they were like, because they saw a camera and they saw people making a sincere effort at something, it was like just offensive to them. So one of them went, yeah, and he flipped off the camera. And I remember that moment very well because I was eating the pizza and I watched him flip off the camera, and I could tell by the angle that we caught it. And I thought, that's it. When that happened, I knew we were going to be on TV. Because that was when we were shooting the pilot, and it was a test to see if we could get it. But for some reason, I remember seeing that and thinking, that's just meant to be, that's going to be in the opening credits. It'll be fuzzy because I know how the camera works. It's going to be a little fuzzy because it's out of the depth of field, and people are going to see it. I just knew that was just a sign to me that we would get to be on TV.
So there is a God.
There is a God. He gave me the finger.
Hey, Louis, the open to the show, a guy flips off the camera.
Yeah.
And there's some discussion about that, if you set that up or if that was real.
Oh, no, that was... If I had set it up, that would have been the
way to do it.
Yeah, but no, when we shot that, the last night of the pilot shooting, we shot the stand-up at the Comedy Cellar, and we were figuring out as we were going along how to do that. And I got a Steadicam operator to stand on stage with me at the Cellar. That's how we shot that. And so you get that first-person feeling.
Right.
So we shot at the Comedy Cellar with the Steadicam, and then when we were done, I was standing out in the Village. It was the summer, and the Village in the summer is just so active. And I thought, maybe I should shoot a moment outside. And then it hit me, I don't have an opening sequence to the show. I don't have a way to open. And just to hand something into FX, just to give them something, I assume we'll shoot some kind of a really slick opening someday for this show, but just to have something to give them when we turn in the pilot, because they only gave us $200,000 to do the pilot, which is very low money for a pilot.
Yeah.
So we had a Steadicam guy there, which is a very expensive rig and person. And I said, why don't we just put the guy's Steadicam on with a 25 lens, doesn't matter, and I'll walk from the 3rd Street subway to the Comedy Cellar, which is my walk. That's how I get to work every night, and just walk in front of me with the camera, and we'll just shoot that. And so we're walking. We did exactly that. I came out of the subway. We only did it once, and he followed me, and then I just followed my instincts. I got to Ben's Pizza on McDougal Street and went in for a slice. That's why I always do get a couple of chomps.
Yeah.
Because usually what happens is I put my kids to sleep, and then I get a babysitter to come, and then I run to the cellar, and I haven't eaten. I fed them dinner and put them to bed. So I just need a little bit of calories in me to do a set. So I started eating the pizza, and the camera stayed there and just watched me eat pizza. And these young Asian kids with spiky hair, kind of like cool alt punky kids walk by, and they see a camera, so they think, fuck you, like this kind of just, you know what I mean? Young people, contrary to anything. Yes. Fuck you, man. And the kid really did it like that. Like, you can't hear it because there's no sound, but he was stupid that he didn't, he could have just stood in front of the camera.
And
but
really
as he walked by, fuck you! Like, he did it like that. And I just watched him, and I kept a straight face. You can see me glance at him after he gives me the finger. And I thought, because I know the scope of the lens that we had on him, like, I know we just caught that. And I know it's out of focus. And I'm so happy that just happened. That's just so, and it was a moment that I thought, this show's going to be on TV. Like, that moment, literally, when he flipped off the camera, I thought, because I was like, that's so cool that's going to be in the opening credits. And I knew this is going to be the opening credits of the show. I'm not replacing this. And I think we're going to get on the air. Like, it just made me believe. That's awesome. Yeah. Because of the fun, to me, the coolness of getting this this legitimate, sincere middle finger in this New York City show.
That New York city.
I love the open of this show.
Yeah, this is just, I was really tired. We'd been shooting all day. And
yeah, you look very natural. Like, that's how you look walking.
And actually, it backs up if you know the geography of
you walked
village.
past it already, Lou. What the
There he is.
And then you give a little glance over to him. You did.
I just missed it. I looked
a little glance over, like, what the
Oh, yeah,
there he is.
Right on.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Camera. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, like
so
that means anything.
Dude.
Yeah.
The camera represents the eye of the man.
No, and this font is just what was, I use it for other
Yeah.
And we kept it. I didn't. Yeah, that's passed by about a block.
How much you have to pay for the song?
I'll tell you about that in a second, because I couldn't afford the song.
Jeez.
Here comes the dude. And I look at him.
That's great.
There's me looking at him going, awesome.
You just look
Thank you.
over.
Thank
I just look over and I'm thinking,
then look back.
No, and that moment of me looking is me thinking, I'm got my own TV show again. I honestly felt that way. Thanks, man.
I'm glad you didn't change the beginning either. Not just the music, but sometimes people change the beginning of the show to show that it's a new season or something. But because I always now pick out where that guy flips the bird, and your face looking, and then look at the camera. It's like, are we still going to use it? Like there's such confusion in your face.
I still remember that.
Fuck it, let's keep eating the pizza.
Yeah,
I saw it as this could be either really good or really bad. Like he wasn't sure. Like he was like, "Fuck, I know we were filming something else, but that just happened. That's a great moment."
But he makes eye contact
and then it's
with
like,
the camera.
will FX allow me to use
Which
it?
is funny.
There was a whole thing that I could kind of see in that little moment.
I remember when the kid did that. It was an Asian kid with spiky hair, and it was just one of these contrary people. F*** you, camera, like for no reason. Yeah, we're working here.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like I was working with some musicians doing music for a movie thing, and we were in the East Village when the East Village was like a contrary place. And so we were standing on the corner, me and these musicians with guitars, and this punk rocky guy walks by, and he goes, rock and roll.
What the
And Todd Barry was there, and he said, yeah, man, we're making an effort to do a thing. What a bummer.
what a bummer. What a bunch of assholes we are.
That's what it felt like. This guy's like, oh, yeah, fuck camera, fuck you. And it was really funny to me that he did it, and the look to me was like, I really hope we got that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to, like, to me, that moment that kid gave the finger to the camera, wherever he is.
Yeah, we were just watching it.
I thought, right?
Yeah.
This exact, what I'm thinking right at that moment is, I think we're going to get on the air. Because
you turn your head, though, you look at him,
I'm
and
really
then you look
pleased.
at the camera.
Oh, I know.
Because I thought, because it gave me a clear vision of like that's going to be on the opening credits. And some people will. I could tell because I knew what lens we were using, and I said he's going to be soft, and some people will see it and some won't, and it'll get on the air.
Have you ever run into that guy?
No.
Does he
and
even know?
I don't know if the standards people realialize that because
it's even there.
A middle finger is a big thing for us, and I got to fight for them. I've had a few. But I don't know if they realize that we're starting every show with a finger.
Why is the middle finger a big deal when the language is?
I love, a lot of filmmakers. I like Scorsese. Those are the kind of the streets of New York filmmakers that I really love. Well, Scorsese's a little bit trippy, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little strange, like Mean Streets, which you should go back and watch.
You haven't seen that in a while.
It's so good. But there's really, it's a scene about these kind of like scrappy mobsters in the Greenwich Village in the 60s. But then there's a scene where a guy goes, hey, come into my, this guy that owns the bar, he goes, come in the basement, I want to show you something. He has a tiger in a cage that he bought. And they're all like, what the are you doing with this tiger? And it's kind of a funny scene, but then he gets in the cage with the tiger and he starts hugging the tiger, and it gets really quiet. And they all just stand there staring at him. And he's like hugging this tiger and like talking to it softly. It's a really intense scene that makes no sense in the movie.
In the context of the movie, yeah.
It's funny
because for you.
Robert De Niro, his comedies are so bad, but his dramas are hilarious. To me, two of the funniest movies in history are Goodfellas and Raging Bull. Mm-hmm. Two hilarious movies, not sold as comedies. They're not supposed to be funny.
Someone who's like, no, I'll show you what this would be like, and I'll give you these feelings, manufacturing feelings. And by the way, I'm not putting down that kind of filmmaking. Some of my favorite movies, Goodfellas, a lot of my favorite movies are totally reliable structures, and you can see how they work.
Martin Scorsese is a legendary, untouchable filmmaker. His films today aren't at the caliber, I don't think, in terms of richness and the effort made, and the rawness and the honesty.
I love traveling and seeing all the different parts of the country. I live in New York. There's no value to your doing that at all. I live in New York. I always, like, there's this old lady in my neighborhood, and she's always walking her dog. She's always she's very old. She just stands here just being old. And the dog just fights gravity every day. Just the two of them, it's really, the dog's got a cloudy eye, and she's got a cloudy eye, and they just stand there looking at the street in 2 dimensions together, and she's always wearing like this sweater dress. I guess it was a sweater when she was like 5'10", but now it's just like this sweater, and her legs are a nightmare. They're just white with green streaks and bones sticking out, and her legs are awful. I saw a guy with no legs wheeling by, and he was like, ugh, no, thank you. I do not want those. I'd rather just have air down here like I have than to look down at that. I see these two all the time. And I always look at them and I always think, God, I hope she dies first. I do! I hope she dies first for her sake. Because I don't want her to lose the dog. I don't think she'll be able to handle it. If the old lady dies first, I'm not worried about the dog. Because the dog doesn't even know about the old lady. This dog is aware of 3 inches around his head. He's living in 2-second increments. The second he's in and the one he just left is all he knows about. But if he dies, this lady, she's gonna be destroyed because this dog is all she has. And I know he's all she has because she has him. If she had one person in her life, she would not keep this piece of shit little dog. Even if just some young woman in her building one morning were to say, "Good morning, Gladys," she'd be like, "Oh, good," and just flush him down the toilet. Dog just keeps bumping on the drain. She gives up. Ends up just on her dog for the rest of her life.
Welcome back. I'm hanging out with Louis C.K., who this weekend hosts Saturday Night Live with musical guest Fun. By the way, did you see them rehearse?
They're great.
They are unbelievable. You know this band Fun? Oh my God. I cannot wait for the show this weekend. It's going to be good. Are you enjoying the process of Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's fascinating to be part of it, and I love it.
How was you're blocking now, right? Getting ready for
the first day we did a table read, which is, you sit at this table with all the writers and everybody because you worked there. Yeah. So I'm really talking to them. But,
you can talk. Like I've never heard about it.
Table people, and they're all real serious, and all the writers want their sketch in the show. So there's a lot of stakes, and there's a thing this thick of paper to read, and I'm in all of it, And it's not what I do for a living at all. I never do this.
No.
Reading sketches. No, never. Sit next to Lorne Michaels, and he's, everybody's real serious. So I started reading, and 3 sketches in, I figured out that I had at 100% of my lines, I did them wrong. Like I messed them up.
Screwed them up.
I was like, everyone so far. Like just little screw-ups and then no
laughs.
No laughs, and I just feel everybody going, oh. Oh. And I see writers going, thank you. Come on, man.
We work all week for this
so
guy.
hard.
Appreciate
and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I might, they've never, canceled a host. They've never said not. But then I thought, this is where my brain went ahead to a moment where Lauren would go, okay, let's stop. And then he takes some people in the room and says, okay, there's a hurricane. No one would blame us if we cancel. And I realized they could totally do that.
Yeah, they could
totally say,
not doing the show.
I might be the one host that they just go, no, and then we'll tell them we'll bring them back, but it'll never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And, but then I've bombed on stage as a stand-up thousands of times, and all that failure is very educating.
Yeah, it is, Because you know how to read a room.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for all the bad things that happen to me, you know, because I'm sitting there and this is a nightmare. But then I knew from experience to just kind of stay even a little bit and try to find one tiny thing. And I did one thing right, and I got a little, thank God you can do something. And then, and then it built, and then it got really great. Okay. And I ended well. And really, the climb out is as exhilarating as the plummet is horrible.
It is. It is exciting.
Oh my God, my career's okay.
We're clear.
Hey, I'm on a boat.
Guys, drink service is now resumed, and we're gonna have a great flight.
Yeah. So it ended up really being really fun, and I loved it. It was really
I cannot
fun
wait
to do.
for this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. And it's live, and you'll never forget it. Gosh, I love it so much.
No.
Is there all the sketches you like on there? Do they make the cut?
I like everything. There's one sketch that I'm in that I really hate. Because what I'm doing in it is really embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm wearing stuff, and it's awful. But I knew there should be one thing in it that I really don't want to do. And when I think about this one sketch, I go, oh, God, it's going to be awful. Like, I get really, like, a little dizzy and ill.
But you're going to do it anyway?
I told him, please leave this one in. That's the one, seriously, it's the one that I said, please don't cut this sketch.
Oh, really?
Because I hate it.
Yeah, because you want to overcome this fear?
That's what you're doing this kind of thing for.
Yeah,
you want to do something awful.
Yeah, exactly. You should. It's the fun of the whole thing.
Exactly.
All right, we will look for the sketch and see if we can pick which one you don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly. The whole time.
Louis C.K., check him out on Saturday Night Live this weekend. Musical guest fun. Riza joins us next.
GTA?
Yeah, with GTA.
Video games are in the news again. You play the video games there, Lou? Probably not, because you got the kids. You can't be playing video games.
No, sir.
The new GTA game is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Danny,
it looks great.
You gave a look like, eh?
No. Not the...
Uh-oh.
I played that game once. I just liked walking around town. I didn't get involved in the crime. Like, I actually
you just
had
walk
the guy
around.
Walk around. Stood on the
just
corner
wanted
for
to be
a while.
A law-abiding citizen in GTA?
I just want to be a wallflower on GTA.
You
just
are a
walking around.
weirdo.
Just
hop in a cab, pay for it.
Yeah, hop in a cab, drive the speed limit, stop at the red lights.
Yeah. You could just
stay out of trouble.
Let the hooker keep her money.
Sure.
All that stuff, sure.
Dude, I tried playing that game once because we were all in it. And, all I kept doing was backing into the fence. I wanted to kick my television over. I was so irritated. I couldn't control the
No, that's
clicker.
why, seriously, what I really did do was stay out of trouble. Like, you can tell where the hot spots are and every time I heard sirens, okay, I'll just stand over here by this building and wait for that to go by. Just stay out of trouble. See how long you can play the game.
Can you walk around all day and just not be bothered?
Yeah. You can. Yes, you can. I did that for like for a couple hours.
What's wrong with you?
You got to be careful you don't bump into anyone, because that could cause all sorts of problems.
It's actually pretty predictable. You hit a guy and he goes, hey, I'm going to hit you back. Oh, I'm in a fight now. All right.
Shoot him.
Shoot him. And then he goes, and he bleeds.
And then the cops come
not that
after
interesting. But the outskirts of the game where you stay out of trouble are actually interesting, because then you're at the limits of what the writers of the game did, that they didn't pay as much attention to, like, stand over by a bush. You know what I mean?
Never realized
you're in
that.
a weird existential corner of the creator of the game's mind, where the stuff he had to write just in case some idiot
decided to just walk around.
Yeah, it's better than, whatever.
Well, let's see what's going on with these 6 kids out there on Long Island, I believe.
Of course. Where else would they be from?
6 teens who are accused of carrying out a crime spree, cops say, was inspired by the popular video game Grand Theft Auto. Nassau County Police say the boys, who range in age from 14 to 18, attacked several people while trying to copy scenes from the game. 3 of the boys allegedly beat and robbed a man in New Hyde Park. They later met 3 others in Garden City, where cops say they forced one driver off the road and mugged her. She was able to escape and call police. The teens are now being charged as adults all face robbery charges.
So why the yes, Danny?
Well, I just love how neither the news nor the Newsday article that reported this story bothers to tell you that, the reality of it is that Grand Theft Auto 4 is an M-rated game. There's ratings on video games just like there are movies. And I think 4 out of these 6 kids weren't even of age to even be playing the game in the first place. But they'll never tell you that in the news.
No,
of course not.
It doesn't matter.
Video games
where
are bad.
The impetus to act like a jerk comes from. It doesn't matter.
Do you know the game?
The whole idea is like, let's find out why they did it and blame that product.
The game sold, I don't know how many millions of copies.
1.
Perhaps.
It only sold one copy?
One copy.
Boy, I think it was
that guy's got a lot of friends.
6 million in the first, I think it was the first week of sales.
6 million.
6 million?
And the first week.
And you got one of these cases.
And you get something that happens like, I mean, come on.
That's pretty good odds.
There was actually some other Grand Theft Auto news, I think just 2 days ago, where remember that whole hot coffee incident from Grand Theft Auto 3?
Yeah.
Where you could, there was like a supposed nude scene in there. Well, they just paid out the settlement. There was a class action lawsuit. I think 2,600 people actually wanted the settlement out of how many people actually bought that game. It came out to 0.00, I think 0.006% of people were offended by that hot coffee patch. And the article had went on to tell you that it was really the lawyers making money off the lawsuit rather than the people who wanted the settlement.
Sure.
So it wasn't even anybody being offended. It was just another case of lawyers wanting to make more money.
No, I get, when you get like a notice from Apple Computer or something saying somebody sued us for you.
Yeah.
Here's a penny.
On your behalf. Class action.
Class action lawsuit.
What?
Right.
You're offended. Don't worry. Here's a penny.
Here's a penny.
Yeah, we understand what you needed.
Yeah. What happened?
And meanwhile, the company lost like billions of dollars because they had to dish out pennies to
people that don't want pennies.
Yeah. To write for your penny, to claim your... That's weird.
I think the actual figure for Rockstar was they had to pay out, I think, something like $34,000 for that hot coffee suit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. And imagine what they had to spend on their lawyers and everything else.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Give me a break. Whatever. Violent video games.
Fat cats get fatter.
Yeah. Regular Joe.
Regular Joe.
No? Yeah.
That was Regular Joe.
I have this friend, he has a phone that can IM, he can instant message, and so now I really want him to die because I'm sick of getting these messages from him on his phone. I'm in a shoe store. That's the whole message. We're not secret agents. I don't need to know where you are. So I get this message from him. He says, I'm on an airplane in Seattle. So I wrote back and I said, well, I hope your plane crashes. And he gets pissed off and he calls me, take it back. We're about to take off. I'm like, fuck you. I hope it crashes. I don't have to take it back. Hope it crashes twice. Hope it crashes and kills Haffy and they go, let's try again, and they take off and crash again. I hope that happens. Sincerely, I hope it. And he tries to make, he goes, well, how are you going to feel now if my plane crashes after you went and said that? I'm like, are you shitting me? That would be amazing. To know that I can do that? I'd happily trade your life for knowledge of my powers. He's one of those guys who just makes you hate him because, when you have a friend that you hate, you can't break up with your friends, He always starts conversations that I don't want to have. He's like, hey, what would you do if you had a time machine? I'm like, f*** you. I don't... You know what? I wouldn't use it. I just let it sit in my house. I'd put a drink on it. And I got a time machine. I never even wanted it. I don't know. I'm not interested. I'd use it to go back 30 minutes ago and punch you in the face before you ask me that. That's all. One use. So he goes, well, here's what I would do. Because, of course, that's the whole point of asking me is to stare at me while I say mine and then say his. So he said if he had a time machine, he would kill Hitler. Like, he would go back and kill Hitler. I love that he thinks he can just kill Hitler just because he just goes back there and walk up and kill the dude. And I was thinking, that's a noble purpose for a time machine. I would do that, but I would have gone back then, but I wouldn't have killed Hitler. I would have raped him. That's what I thought. Because I think that would have been enough. I think that would have stopped him from doing all that shit. If he had been raped by me, he never would have pulled any of that stuff, man. Should we invade Poland? No, I'll just take a shower. I don't feel good. He would have... Low self-esteem and, I'm not condoning rape, obviously. You should never rape anyone. Unless you have a reason, like you want to fuck somebody and they won't let you, in which case, what other option do you have? How else are you supposed to have an orgasm in their body if you don't rape them? I mean, what the
okay, that's f***ed up. iPod phone.
Yeah, no, this is better than the iPod audio, trust me.
No, this is going to be good stuff.
This is going to
be better.
This is going to suck. Let's meet David.
Hey, Dave,
On
go.
the subject of the iPhone, why do you want an iPhone?
Well, when I first came here, I was interested in standing behind this barrier for the experience, and I was thinking that I'd get this iPhone for myself. But I went for a walk with a friend of mine, a longtime friend. We've been friends since we were less than 2 years old. And
important part of the story.
We went walking in Central Park, and on the way,
Walking to Central Park.
Sucked each
it dawned
other's
upon
dicks.
me that I could give this phone to charity and use this publicity to raise awareness about a good cause. So I'm
Wonder what that
donating
cause
this
is.
phone to the Taproot Foundation, or rather, I'm selling this
What?
phone to the highest bidder, and whoever makes the winning
There's
bid,
a tone in your voice I don't trust.
The Taproot Foundation, I'll hand you the third iPhone sold in New York City.
The third iPhone sold in that particular location of New York City.
Wow. Who I hate more, that guy
Oh,
or you
God.
for not braining him? Just indulging him.
Yeah, why would you sit there? His severed head should be sitting right here. We should be looking at it while we're hearing it.
What is the charity?
He said it was a Taproot Foundation.
Taproot?
Yeah.
It's not a
We
band.
started talking because we asked him how he had time to get there, and he said he basically was on vacation before he started training for this job. And the Taproot Foundation is this like placement agency.
Right.
Yeah, it was very vague. I don't think it was for charity at all.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Is this another iPhone waiter? This person?
Wait, that guy.
Same guy.
Same guy?
Because after the first question, they needed to ask him another.
Next question should have been, why don't you die?
Yeah,
Right.
stop killing kittens.
Have you come across any unsavory people?
You know, yesterday I had a unsettling experience. Well, rather last night. I was sitting over there with another fellow named Barry, who's I guess Barry is currently employed. He's between jobs.
Oh my God!
Assumed training. So
Yeah.
I suppose, in a sense, I'm not too far from the same camp. And anyhow,
kick you right in the asshole.
the fellow walked up to us and said that he had just arrived in the city. He needed money to get on the PATH train, and that his girlfriend, wife, was over there, and that they were both struggling to make the money. They needed $40. They already had 26. And I'm always torn. I give to homeless shelters, and that's my way of contributing rather than giving to individuals along the way.
What a guy.
When you
That's
asked,
so beautiful.
me for money, I struggled with it because here's
You're
a
unemployed.
white man asking me for money.
Here's a
and
what?
I'm wondering to my
A white man. This is, by the way, why
What?
Mac and Apple and their gizmos have such a bad rep with certain people.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's this type of people that everybody thinks are so into, like, Apple products. And it's not. It's like, it's Lou, it's me, it's Jimmy. But you get this impression that it's like, and like it made me rethink I want to take a MacBook and smash his teeth in with
I
it.
want it now. You know where he is. He's at the Apple store until Friday. He's the third guy back.
He's gonna get the third iPod.
He's gonna get the third iPhone.
I want to kick him right in his back, man.
Well, why does Mac and Apple come into this?
Because that's who's putting it out. The iPhone
He's at an
is
Apple store waiting for the
Mac
latest
product. Yeah,
the
Tomorrow.
latest Apple product.
Yeah.
We should get him on.
Yeah, they all have that voice, that iPod voice. Like, I have my iPod, and I want to buy an iPod, and how much is your iPod?
I hope he
We should
drops
We
it.
should get him pulled out of line.
We should get him
Get
on.
Keith or somebody.
Get him thrown out.
Yeah, some.
We should get
You
him
know,
on.
when I waited for Red Sox World Series tickets in 1986, me and some friends, somebody paid us.
Didn't work
some guy
out for
paid
you
us.
now, did it?
Yeah.
To, no, but we got money for waiting for the tickets. I didn't give a but we waited in line, and we were there all night. It was October. It was freezing. And then the next morning, everybody got up, and the line started moving, and people pointed at a guy and said, "You weren't here. He wasn't here. He just snuck in line." And everyone pointed at this guy and said, "It went out, and the cops just removed him. They're not going to look into it, get rid of the guy." And people just started doing that to anybody.
Wow.
Like just going out, just pointing at people. And the guys that were doing it were laughing, but not letting the cops see that they're just going out, and the cops would pull anybody out. That's what I'm saying is we could do this to the dude tomorrow.
That.
You could do this to the guy tomorrow.
No, it's more a Stalin thing.
Yeah.
That's like a Stalin kind of move.
Yeah, exactly. But you could do that on Friday. You could go there and just stand and go, hey, that kid, you just got here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Get him thrown out in 4 days in line.
Let's get our interns online and we'll do that gag.
Get rid of him.
All right, let's get the rest of this.
Tomorrow, let's get him on the air and scream
Here's
at him.
a white man asking me for money, and I'm wondering to myself, if this were a black man with the same story, would I give him $1? Would I give him $2? Is in giving this man
wow, you really would have changed his life
so
for that buck.
People ask me in the past.
Yeah, he's a real thinker.
Does it tell something scary about me and my own? It's not. It's something I have to think about and mull over, whether or not...
So much self-awareness.
Yeah, but not into a microphone, you fucking dick.
By a black man, if I would have given them $1. I hope so. I hope I'm at that level.
Oh, that
level, man. You know, I haven't attained that yet, but I'm really trying to become a Vulcan where I have no feelings or emotions.
He's a nice boy.
Shut up.
Buy an iPhone.
He is a tool, and I hope he gets robbed tonight as he lays there on the sidewalk waiting for this iPhone.
I just don't want him to get that phone.
Stomps his head.
I don't want him to get that.
Nice
No,
boy.
I want him to get the phone, turn it on, and you just hear this slight... and see a puff of white smoke come out behind it, and it just goes black.
And that's it.
It's broken, man. And I was thinking, like, is it bad that it's broken because now the screen is black?
Or maybe it's what I needed. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I needed that to, like, spend so much money and to have it all for naught.
You know what I figured out? That phone is where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Stupid. Fucking. And that pious voice, all that pious shit.
Yeah. Like, he's so self-aware, but he could use more self-awareness.
We learn about his girlfriend here.
Oh, girlfriend. What kind of a lie is this?
Girlfriend, yeah.
Had a girl.
Dungeons and Dragons. Get out of here. Girlfriend, my bad.
We should play Dungeons and Dragons before we leave the show.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I did up until... Oh, she was really incredible, too.
I bet.
She was the first girl who ever put me
you.
on the receiving end of a breakup.
Strap on.
How ugly was she?
Huh?
Put me on the receiving end of a breakup.
First girl.
He's trying to say like he's dumped a million chicks.
Dumped plenty of broads. Let me tell you.
It happened to me.
This guy can't admit. He's like, she put me on the receiving end.
Receiving end of the breakup.
What happens is this: he asks them out, they say no, and he kills them.
Right.
Right.
First
He
time.
screams at him first, though, like, you are a slut. You are a slut.
I hate you. He's all crying.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do? Cut the line tomorrow and tape it.
And just say,
Cut right
how does
in
this
front of
make
him.
you feel that I just cut you in line?
Yeah.
Tell me about how you feel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm angry.
Yeah, we're going to cut the line tomorrow.
Yeah, get right in front of this
Just stage a huge protest against him getting the phone. Just like have like 100 people with signs.
Club Soda Kenny to
Don't give David a phone. Don't give David a phone.
Club Soda Kenny to cut him off.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Excuse me. I believe I was here first.
And of a breakup.
How ugly was she?
Huh? What are you asking?
Oh. What are you
How
asking?
ugly was she?
Question?
You heard me.
How ugly was she?
How
Faggot.
ugly was she?
Yeah.
She was really attractive. But I don't want to get into my personal life too much.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds
please
really attractive.
Don't think that I'm your typical guy.
Special.
No.
Don't think I'm your typical
He's almost
guy.
at the level of giving $1 to a black guy.
Yeah, almost. He's still
almost
mulling it
there.
over. He's got to mull that over
Because
for a
he
while.
lives on the receiving end or the giving end.
That's right.
This guy thinks he is so special in life. You're another fucking speck of bacteria on this rock. Shut up. You're not special.
I like. He's thoughtful.
That's it.
He's insightful.
This guy is annoying.
He's getting under your skin.
I buy every single iPhone in that place, so there's none left when he goes.
Yes.
I'll get in front of him, I'll cut,
And give
go,
him out
give
free.
me 150
Give them free to
iPhones,
everybody in line except
and
for
just
him.
hand them out and go, who wants one? And then he just goes,
Not you.
oh, you know, I realize I shouldn't have one. Shut up.
Self-important ass.
He should buy an iPhone, and then an A phone, a D phone, and an S phone, and eat them all.
So what have you been doing to pass your time here?
I actually brought a harmonica with me.
Of course you did. Did you bring a hacky sack too? You
Hey,
idiot.
I like the hacky.
Yeah.
Good times with the hacky sack.
I actually brought a harmonica with me. I decided to start learning blues harmonica.
Wait, what's with the language? Actually,
Yeah.
like
I
actually
actually
he did
brought
that
a
in the last
harmonica.
sentence,
Like,
too.
can you believe it?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. It's like, I actually brought a harmonica.
He picks these weird words.
Actually brought a harmonica with me. I'm not like one of those phony harmonica bringers.
No.
I actually
This
brought a
guy's
harmonica
embarrassed
with me.
about himself. That's what it is.
He should wait phone.
His own man calls him an asshole. Here comes my son, the harmonica playing, sensitive.
After I saw this video of beatboxing harmonica player on YouTube not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago. He's never going to get a call on his iPhone because he has no friends. He's going to be there going, I have no contact.
His calendar's
No one
empty.
calls.
He's got pictures of himself.
Oh, wait, I get
got
it.
no
I get what's
contact.
going
Just
on.
himself. Look, I can scroll through pictures of me.
He's IMing his other phone.
Yeah.
He's IMing his Verizon
I get what's
phone.
going on.
A little for us. I wouldn't want to try. I actually never tried it with
Oh,
Mike.
God.
I'd really love to. I've got stage fright. I don't know what.
Not on a stage.
There's no stage here.
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's not clean.
It's harmonica.
Clean. I just started like 4 days ago. This is a very, very simple blues riff.
Oh, you're dying to play it. Shut up.
I actually know that song.
Yeah?
It's called A Homeless Man Shoved My iPhone Up My asshole.
Simple blues
Doodah.
riff. I'm just learning like
Doodah. Doodah's in the title and everything?
Yes.
Oh, I know the song, Yawning
Usually
for Dummies.
That
Yawning for Dummies.
Oh,
What a piece
that
of
was
shit.
real full of soul, that whole the blues riff. You could really feel the pain that this kid's gone through.
You know what
it
the
came out in
lyrics
his
are to
harmonica.
that? My dad's my friend. My dad's my friend.
What is this kid going to be like when he's like 60?
Oh,
Sad.
dead, I hope.
And then shoot him in the face. Don't even let him enjoy the smell of the harmonica. I'm going to shove it.
I have never hated so much someone this much from one of our little interviews.
He gets under your skin.
Wow.
You know, you were just doing gigs last night. You're going to Tyler Perry's and Chuck Lorre's doing the thing. You're touring, doing that part of the job. You know, the night of, I'm a comic, so the night that you knew that they were going to shoot Bin Laden, you're doing comedy.
I was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, is there some trick that you can share with us all of how you just sort of focus in on that? Is everything that immediate to you that you can compartmentalize that quickly? Or you just know that you have to show up and do the job?
Yeah, look, because you're a performer, you know this is true, and you're friends with a lot of comics.
You like comedy?
I love comedy, and
who are your guys?
Well, Pryor was an early one. Yeah. Dick Gregory when he was really, on the edge. But you know, I love all. You know, Seinfeld's a whole nother different type.
Yeah.
Louis, you know, I know is a buddy of yours.
Yeah.
I love
Louis.
Yeah. I think Louis is terrific.
Oh boy, he just made his life.
No,
he just made his life.
I mean, he's wonderful in a such a self-deprecating but edgy kind of way. I mean, and basically good-hearted even when he's saying stuff that's pretty wrong. You know. But you can there's a goodness about him that comes through. But look, I think that
kids did nothing to you. Of course slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Of course it is. Every time it's happened. Black people in America, Jews in Egypt, every time a whole race of people has been enslaved, it's a terrible, horrible thing. Of course. But maybe every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves. Every single thing where you go, how did they build those pyramids? They just threw human death and suffering at them until they were finished. How did we traverse the nation with a railroad so quickly? We just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a about particular people. You can do anything. That's where human greatness comes from, is that we're shitty people, that we others over. Even today, how do we have this amazing microtechnology? Because the factory where they're making these, they jump off the roof because it's a nightmare in there. You really have a choice. You can have candles and horses and be a little kinder to each other, or let someone suffer immeasurably far away just so you can leave a mean comment on YouTube while you're taking a shit.
But I mean, in Iran.
Yes.
I've always been fascinated by it.
Yeah.
They make beautiful movies.
Yes.
There is a film there, I think it's called Cherry Tree or Sweet Cherry or something like that. And it's about a guy, I saw it years ago on VHS. It's about a guy driving around town, he wants to kill himself, but it's a sin, he can't do it. So he's driving around town asking people to kill him. And it's just that. It's like in real time. And it's a heartbreaking, beautiful, beautiful movie. We're sold this idea that it's this whole all over the world.
Yes,
it's a very beautiful culture.
Right.
And we conflate them with it. They're not even Arabs. They're not anything that anyone thinks they are.
Right.
There's people there just like walking in the streets with no weapons, just trying to get rights now. Like there's a huge
And no
thing.
one here really cares.
No one gives a shit.
No one cares.
All Iran has really ever said to the U.S. is just leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Just get away from